We continue to hear stories from those who attended the Route 91 Harvest Festival on Sunday night and those who are able to tell their story. And sitting next to us, 19-year-old Lexi Pettis, who was struck by 2 different bullets that night. I know that this week has been especially hard for you, and thank you for coming in to share your story. We're so glad that you're okay.
Thank you.
I want to start from the beginning. So take me through that night. When you first went to the festival, who you went there with, and what you were expecting.
I went with my best friend and 2 other friends, and then my boyfriend. It was just a fun night. Everything was perfect, and then we were at Jason Aldean just dancing, and it was at the beginning of him. And there's a video of my really good friend. She's like Snapchatting, and I'm dancing in the front, and then all of a sudden her phone just drops, and like that's when it happened.
Where exactly were you standing on the grounds? Were you close to the stage? Were you far back?
I was kind of close. There's like a bunch of bars in the middle, and then there's the fence where like the stage walks out, and I was to the right of that.
Okay, so first you heard some gunfire over the music, right? Or did you think that it was something else like a lot of people did?
When it all happened, I kind of just, with all the commotion, I blacked out. I don't remember anything until I'm running and I look down. That's the first thing I remember, and I see my arm. It's just like gushing blood, and I'm like asking people, I'm like, help me, help me. And I must have been one of the first people to have been shot, because people were looking at me like, why are you running? Like, what are you doing? Like looking at me like I was crazy. And then eventually everyone else starts realizing what's happening and running. And I ran up to a random guy sitting in the chairs that you can have out there, and he like looked at me and he just grabbed me, and a bunch of people were going into the Budweiser trailer, and he pulled me into there, and people started to help me.
One of the first video clips I saw was of her being treated by strangers behind the bar, and they were rushing to her aid because they knew that she was shot in the chest. And
but you didn't realize it.
But you
I
didn't
realize until they realized. No one realized it. I thought it was just my arm, and then I'm laying there, and in the video you hear them being like, she's shot in the chest, she's shot in the chest, and telling them I need an ambulance. And I realized once everyone else did too. I didn't feel it.
You were just kind of processing all this, the reality of what was happening. And just I want you to talk a little bit about your thoughts with regard to all those people who came around you and helped you during that very, desperate situation.
I'm just thankful that they did help me, because I probably wouldn't be here. And like a random girl just rode with me all the way to the hospital. I was like crying. I was like, please don't leave me. And she's like, I won't. And she stayed at the hospital with my phone, waited for my dad to get there, and gave him my phone and let him know that I was okay. And
now, have you had a chance to reconnect with any of these people?
No, I wish I could. I don't know who any of them are.
Well, we definitely want you to look into that My Heroes LV site, so we can hopefully reconnect you guys, so you can see each other again.
What was going through your mind when you finally found out that you were shot? What were you thinking about?
I personally thought that I was going to die. I called my dad. That was the first thing I did. He was on the phone with me the whole entire time. You hear in the video I'm saying like, Dad, Dad. And I literally was just on the phone with him. I was like, I love you, I'm going to die. That's what I was saying to him.
Oh my goodness. And at that time, those strangers were helping you. Did you know where your boyfriend was at that time?
No idea. We got separated like as soon as it happened.
Was he hit as well?
Yeah, he was shot in the stomach.
And how's he doing?
He's still in the hospital, but he's breathing on his own, and he's getting better, but still struggling.
It's a long road to recovery. Well, let's talk a little bit about how you're doing and how you're feeling right now with regard to your physical injuries.
I'm in pain, but I'll be okay.
Yeah.
What about not just physical, but emotional? How are you, in terms of processing what happened?
I don't even think I've begun to process what's happened.
You're still kind of in shock, right?
Yeah, and I'm still like at the hospital every day with him, and it's still just...
Well, we definitely, our thoughts and prayers are definitely with you and your boyfriend, and we just thank you for being courageous enough to share your story, because I feel like for those of us who hear these stories and then we see you here with us, it's just inspirational that you're still here and strong enough to tell and share what happened to you.
Let me ask you this. Is this going to change at all how you attend festivals in the future? I don't know what's going to happen with this festival next year, but if they have it, or if you want to go to Life is Beautiful or any of these other places, is that going to change your mind?
I think for a while it will, until I probably have like counseling and I'm okay with it, but it definitely will. Because you hear about this happening all the time and you never think it's actually going to happen to you.
Right.
And that's an honest reaction. You know, sometimes you just need time. You need time to heal and really process, you know, what's happened to you. But we're so grateful.
We're so glad
that
you're okay. Thank you for coming in
Yes,
and sharing your story, and good luck with the recovery, and keep us updated with how you're
Please
doing.
do. And your boyfriend, too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We'll be right back with more of Wake Up with CW after this.